After years of wishing and hoping and wishing and more hoping, it's finally happened. Redcat is joining the small-scale crawling phenomenon. Hi, this is Tim of smallscalerc.com and rcnoob.com, and I've got today on the bench, on the table, the brand new Redcat Ascent-18. Here it is. Isn't it a beauty? Take this away for just a moment. We're going to get into this. Don't you worry. So less than a week ago, Redcat announced this new 18th scale crawler. This is not their first small scale crawler. Years ago, they had the Sumo. It was, I think, an okay vehicle. I never had firsthand experience with it. But after that went away, they really focused on 10th scale and 8th scale and other sizes and other areas and genres of the RC hobby. But it's hard to deny the boom and the popularity that is small-scale RC crawling. So I'm really excited to see Redcat throwing their hat into the ring with this type of entry into the hobby. So if you're not familiar with the Ascent came out last fall as a 10th scaler, and the Ascent-18 is basically a scaled down version of that vehicle. Just a quick spin around the box before we take another look at the truck and everything else that comes inside the box. It's a portal axle crawler. It has ball bearings throughout. It is powered by a 2S LiPo battery. It includes a USB charger. It comes in 3 different body colors. And the body itself is a scaled down replica of, or version of, the 10th scale Ascent body. Back to the colors. You have graphite, you have red, and you have blue. And of course, you can probably throw your own body on there as well if you're not a big fan of this body style, or you want to go a little more extreme or custom. That's should be fairly easy to do, and I'll get into that in just a moment. So what do you all get inside the box? You get the Ascent. You get a bag of a couple spare parts, mainly body posts and things to allow for a different body to go on there, and one that's not going to use the Ascent-18's body mounting system that it currently has. You get a couple decals. You get, looks like some O-rings, probably for the shocks, possibly for these. You get some decals, like I said. What else? You get a quick start guide. You get a USB battery charger. And you get the 2.4 gigahertz radio. If you're already a fan of small scale crawlers, this radio should look very familiar. Off the top of my head, I know the SCX-24, maybe the version 2, a couple of the version 2s came with a radio similar to this. I think FMS has some models that come with a radio similar to this. Fairly basic, feels good. You have 4-channel control on the controller itself. But again, here's the real star of the show, the Ascent-18. Give you a nice spin around here. Looks really good. Looks like a fun, aggressive, just well thought out rig. With a nice clipless body mount system, if you notice. So there's no external posts or clips or pins or anything like that you have to mess with. To remove the body, we simply turn a little latch on the back, lift up, and there we have easy access to our chassis. And then if we do a little more, pull the body completely off, and then we have an even better look at the chassis of the Ascent-18. Oil-filled shocks as well, some nice big diameter shock bodies here. Decent amount of travel. I would like to see a little bit more, but This should be sufficient. Another nice feature I want to point out are these metal chassis rails. They are flat. They also allow for additional shock mounting locations, so you can adjust the placement of the shocks, possibly to lower the overall center of gravity of this vehicle. Again, since you have portal axles, you are going to be sitting up a little bit higher than you might want to. Same thing with some of the electronics and the motor and everything else. It may sit up a little bit higher than you would like. But overall, I think this is going to be a good performer. And honestly, from the early reviews I've read and seen about this vehicle, it is a very good performer right out of the box. Taking a look at the underside 4-link suspension setup. On the bottom, nice, for the most part, flat skid plate there. These are all plastic links, same with the steering linkage up front. That's all plastic or nylon. I will say that Redcat is offering an array of upgrade items right out of the gate for this vehicle, from aluminum accessories, links, steering links, suspension links. They have brass linkage that you can get. You can get brass or aluminum diff covers. So I may do some modifications like that, and I may wait and see what some other aftermarket manufacturers have down the road. But for the most part, I think this little vehicle, I was shocked to see it come out, and hopefully it caught a couple of other people by surprise in a good way, and hopefully we see a lot more support, aftermarket support for this rig in the not too distant future. Looks like we have a decent amount of articulation out of this rig too. A little modification, you might be able to squeeze out even more. There's a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver in the back. Again, 2S LiPo battery, and there's our brushed motor sitting right up front, or kind of mid-mounted. So again, getting the body back on, not that hard. Hook that front, put down the bottom, the back, and then turn that little knob on the underside right there, and you're good to go. All right, batteries in and on. Let's see what this little thing can do. Not bad. Test out the side. Oh, it was doing pretty good before it dumped itself, but or before I dumped it. Nice and smooth throttle response, though. This is pretty good. There. I was going to say decent low input response. 2. I think weight-wise, overall, you're going to want to put a little more weight up front. It does seem to be very, very balanced front to back. So throwing a little weight up front is going to help you out in situations like this. All right, we'll just get a little quick size comparison out of the way here. So we have our Ascent-18 up against the TRX-4M Bronco. Looks like the same wheelbase across there. A little bit shorter overall for the Ascent. Ascent does have a polycarbonate body versus this hard body, but the TRX-4M has a number of aftermarket opportunities, so you can turn it into a crawler, like I've done here. This is in Jora's Rock Tarantula chassis kit. I think it looks phenomenal. It looks very well thought out from top to bottom, inside and out. I really like this easy release body system. I tightened the screw a little bit. Now I think there we go. Super easy. I hate having to mess around with pins, especially if you're outside driving around. Yeah, real excited. Cannot wait to see how this performs in some different situations. So there you have it. That's my overview of the Redcat Ascent-18 from Redcat. Brand new vehicle, like I said, came out less than a week ago at the time of this recording. So it is very fresh, very new, but there's a lot of buzz surrounding this machine, which makes me happy. I'm a fan of Redcat, and I want to see this platform and this model do well and hopefully expand in the future. Introductory price, there's a special introductory price on this vehicle. Typically it would be priced at $119.99 until May 1st, I believe. Redcat is priced at $99.99. I think that is an absolute steal. It is the cheapest, I believe, the cheapest or one of the cheapest 18th scale crawlers out there on the market today. So if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check it out. Head to your local Redcat dealer or visit redcatracing.com. Be sure to check out smallscalerc.com for even more content and reviews and write-ups and thoughts on this vehicle, as they will be coming very, very soon. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to the channel. Not only will you get smallscalerc.com content, but you'll also get RC Noob content as well. So if you're into small scale stuff or 10 scale stuff or whatever scale stuff, you'll get it all from this one channel. So until next time, this has been Tim with smallscalerc.com. We'll talk with you later.